Hey everybody, it is Catherine Byers-Breed. I'm Chief Stripe Changer with Arbez, and I've been a consulting and gig economy coach since 1997. I've been working as a consultant for 12 years myself. I'm here today to answer a question that I get all the time, and it came in just now from Tanya, and she said, Catherine, how do consulting firms get paid? I think if I understand that, I'll understand what's going on. She says, I'm working with 3 different consulting firms, and they work really differently. One is always in a screaming hurry. One wants just the facts, Jack, and he makes me skittish because I don't think he really understands the job. And then the other 2 are making me jump through a ton of hoops, rewriting my resume, creating a list of relevant projects, and grilling me hard about my background. What is going on? Fabulous question. And you know what? You've heard the saying, if you follow the money. It is actually really important for consultants who are going through and working with staffing and consulting firms to understand where the money is. How do those consulting firms get paid? So first let me answer that, and then I'll tell you why she's having a very different experience with different recruiters. Some of them are treating her like a piece of meat, and others are spending too much time with her, qualifying them before they send them over. First, the money. Consulting firms get paid only after they successfully place somebody. So they're working on gas fumes. They're working for nothing. A lot like realtors, right? Realtors only get paid commissions once they sell the house or find somebody a house. Consulting firms only get paid when they place a consultant. And even then, they only get paid 30, 60, or 90 days into the project. The people that you're going to be dealing with, the recruiters and the salespeople at these consulting firms, they only get paid once they place somebody successfully and they've been out billing for 30, 60, sometimes 90 days. Also, what you need to know is that if a consultant takes a project and quits before the 90 days, before 3 months is up, or gets fired before 90 days is up, the recruiters and the salespeople very often have to pay their commissions back. That's how I grew up. I worked for 2 firms and they both handled things that way. The one and only time I had to pay a commission back, it was absolutely devastating. Hardest phone call I ever had to make to my husband, really. Guess what, honey? You know that money we spent? I have to pay it back to my employer. He was not impressed. But boy, did I wake up and understand that my responsibility was not just to find somebody who could get the job. My responsibility was to find somebody who would win the project and really succeed and be happy so that they didn't quit or get fired. So it really upped the ante. And what it did for me is turned me into a much better recruiter and salesperson. And I started spending a lot more time with my candidates and grilling them and asking the uncomfortable questions before I would submit them to a client. I took on a policy of no surprises. No surprises for my candidates and no surprises for my clients. For me, that was survival, integrity, a way to protect my reputation and keep my commissions. Now, on the other, so that's the kind of behavior it drove with me. Tanya is running into some recruiters who have that body shop mentality, and they're just like, jump, 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 get her off the phone, submit her as soon as possible. Can I submit you? Without really qualifying her for an opportunity. There are different kind of consulting firms out there. Some of them are high volume, low margin. They work huge national, international companies, and those clients demand their 3 or 5 best candidates within 24 or 48 hours. It is a hamster wheel. Those recruiters and salespeople, again, they're working straight commissions. They're competing with 15 or 20 other vendors, and they don't get paid unless they get it right. And they have to, that's why they're so picky about, do you have all the right skills? They're getting people on and off the phone as soon as possible because they have a very short amount of time to submit candidates. I started out working like that in my career and I hated it. So I shifted and worked for a firm that was more high touch, high quality, higher margins, which even though we were working straight commissions, once I placed somebody, we had the cushion of higher level placements, more revenue, so I could spend more time with my clients and my candidates. So anyway, this is how the money flows. And it actually explains the behavior. So if you have been dealing with staffing and consulting firms, recruiters and salespeople, and you're irritated because their phone conversations are just the facts, Jack, here's the position. Are you interested? Are you qualified? How much money do you want to make? Can I submit you? It's because their clients are demanding a really fast turnaround. And they're working straight commissions. They truly can't afford to spend a half an hour or an hour having a phone call, coffee, or lunch with a candidate that doesn't fit one of their open positions right now today. Now, I run into consultants who often say, I'm not working with that firm again. They got me off the phone in 5 minutes. They wouldn't look at my resume. I understand. And if they're real jerks, dump them. However, there are some recruiters out there who are phenomenal. They have access to some really cool project opportunities. And if you dump that firm altogether, you may miss out on some really great opportunities for yourself. So take a deep breath, give them what they want, ask some smart questions. And if you really want help working with consulting firms, take a peek at our consulting course at ourbez.com, and we'll help you every step of the way, from launching to grilling recruiters right back and working successfully with consulting firms and getting paid what you're worth. It's all at ourbez.com. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope you found this helpful. Bye-bye.